Those storms are approaching our area.
Now, Wait 31 meteorologist Carson joins us with a look at what we can expect later this evening.
Yeah, fortunately, we're not expecting the widespread severe weather that our friends at Oklahoma and Texas have seen over the last couple of days. But I want to start things off with that wide view across the southeast. Look at this warm front. If you go back to yesterday, we were talking about a frontal boundary that was stalled just off to our south near Birmingham. Well, that same boundary is now lifting north yet again as a warm front. So we can't completely route a couple of downpours this afternoon right along that front here at home, but I think a lot of us will stay dry. Our main focus is what is just now getting its act together in Texas, right along and just ahead of the cold front. Look closely, you see that cluster of severe thunderstorms just south of Dallas right now. What is left of that cluster of storms moves into North Alabama overnight, giving us one round of possible strong storms, and then we may have another round develop tomorrow morning, right after sunrise. But for the time being, we are dry here at home on the Way 31 Storm Tracker Early Warning Radar Network. Maybe you're thinking about heading out to Toyota Field tonight. Unfortunately, I'm not quite as confident in seeing 9 innings of baseball as we have in the last couple of nights. I think first pitch will be on time at 6:35. Look at those temperatures, though. Very warm, 84 degrees. But once we get towards the 7th inning, around 8 or 9 o'clock tonight, that's when we start to see that first round of storms moving into the shoals and eventually overspreading all of North Alabama closer to midnight tonight. You see those rain chances steadily creeping up through this afternoon, heading into the evening. Through the afternoon, just a couple of pop-ups, not a big deal. And then you see that higher coverage around 40% from about 11 o'clock tonight onward through sunrise tomorrow morning. Like we mentioned, we're talking about 2 potential rounds of storms. That first round we just talked about, I expect those storms to weaken as they move into North Alabama, but it's still not out of the question to see some gusty winds and very heavy rain. And eventually those storms will weaken enough to where we only have a few lingering showers for most of the Friday morning commute. But later in the morning on Friday, we're talking between 8 a.m. and noon in general, right as that cold front starts to move in, right along the front, some of those storms may actually re-intensify, but that is a conditional threat. In other words, it's not a guarantee that that is going to happen. We'll have to wait until tomorrow morning to see if there's more fuel in the atmosphere for those storms to re-intensify, and should that happen, we may have another round of gusty winds to talk about, mainly over Sand Mountain. Let's summarize those threats for you. Heavy rain is our main concern. We're not too worried about flooding, but those heavier downpours can cause ponding on the roadways. And the strongest storms both tonight and Friday morning could have gusty winds. That risk is low, but it is there. Same story goes for a quick spin-up tornado. I'm not expecting much in the way of tornadic activity, but that threat is not zero. Just something to keep in the back of your mind. Here we go with future radar. 7 o'clock this evening, you see a few of those showers of storms starting to get going, but the more widespread coverage holds off until around 9 o'clock tonight. Watch these storms as they move east. They weaken, and I expect that trend to continue if the further east these storms go past I-65. For your Friday morning drive, just a few showers. Not expecting a messy morning commute, but you might want to just take it slow to be safe. Then you see these storms trying to re-intensify in Jackson, Marshall, and DeKalb County around 9 o'clock Friday morning. It'll be a narrow window to see if those storms can re-intensify to strong or severe storm categories before they finally make their way into northern Georgia by lunchtime tomorrow. All of this does move out for your Mother's Day weekend. 76 Saturday, and we're back in the mid-80s with plenty of sunshine for Mother's Day itself on Sunday. 7-day forecast. I want to draw your attention to early next week. Plenty of sunshine, but it looks like we are going to have our first heat wave of the year next week. Many of us likely topping out near 90.
All right, thank you.